Happy Wellness Wednesday, Silver Souls. I was just feeling called to share a little bit more about the post I did yesterday on my personal page. I had posted something that was popping up for me and was just kind of recurring in my head of what we resist persists. And this idea that when we ignore things and we just expect different things to happen when we're doing the same things, that it just keeps recurring, right? And how we really need to focus on figuring out what it is an example of and how we can realign with ourselves to bring in the energy that we need to move forward in a new way. And I was thinking about the statement of what we resist persists and how really it's kind of a move away from statement, right? It's something that maybe makes us think like, oh, I don't want that. And then I thought about, well, how do you reframe that? What do you want to move towards once you realize that? If you're noticing resistance and you're noticing that it's not, something isn't changing, what do you do? And then as I was thinking about this, I had this rhyme pop into my head of what you persist assists. And the thought that I had with that is that when you are persistent, when you persevere and you move forward and you stay true to something that you know is right, you end up building a foundation. You end up having something, a collection of energy in some way. It might be a resource, it might be a new attitude or a behavior, but whatever it is, if you stay focused on something and you keep moving towards it, especially if you know it's aligned, you end up with something, some sort of value that you can have forever. I think sometimes I forget that I'm working towards things and sometimes, some projects take longer than others. And all of a sudden, one day you realize you got there and you're like, whoa, I did that. I had a program that I had wanted to launch a couple years ago. And yesterday it occurred to me, oh my gosh, 4 years later, I now have this program and it's working and it's running. And I just persisted. And now I have this foundation. It's something that I can trust, something that is real, that is here. And even though it took time, I stayed with it. I persisted. And now it's assisting me. It's something that I can have and continue to work on and work for a long time, right? It's a new foundation. So it's just feeling like sharing that with you guys, that when you persist, you end up with foundations that can assist you later on. And persistence and focus is really a skill set I think that everybody needs. We all need as humans to be able to move forward and keep moving. And I think it's just a fun thing to think about that, resistance is just feedback. And if you find something is persistent, then you can take that energy and move it. You can change it and make that persistence work for you in a different way if you have the right intention. So I just wanted to share that with you guys on Wellness Wednesday. Maybe you've got some wellness foundations that you're working on. This all works for that too. So just wanted to share my thoughts with you. Let me know if this resonates with you, if you have any questions, if you are experiencing any resistance that might be in a blind spot you can't figure out, definitely feel free to reach out to me. I love to play that role of the mirror and help people figure out what's going on. Maybe your unconscious mind knows something that you might not yet, and that's totally fun to work on. So let me know. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.